Okay, so what I've done is I've written a little script here, and I just want to show everybody what it does for your for Maya to become kind of a movie maker by itself. Now, I did download a particular instance of freeware, which is called FFMpeg, and it's here, and it's under FFmpeg, and you have downloads. Now, I'm not asking people to download the source code. I'm asking you to come down here where there's already packages and executable files. And while we unfortunately don't have anything other than the Mac OS version as well as the PC version, you should have both of those readily available. And I have proven that this works not just on my PC here that I'm filming this on, but also on my Macintosh laptop. So what I did is I downloaded it here inside the PC, and I put it under this project for test in my scripts area. And this is how it looks when it's put into the scripts folder. You've got FFmpeg, and you've got all of the subdirectories, and ultimately under bin you've got the executable. So that's necessary to have. This is another app I was looking at. It wasn't quite as good as FFmpeg, but it was good nonetheless. And when you download this rather onto your Macintosh, if you have a Mac, and put it into the scenes directory, it should still work. Sorry, when you put it in the scripts directory, it should still work, but you don't actually have a folder here. It's just the executable, the Macintosh equivalent to an executable. It's the app. So there is some changes I've done to automatically allow you to choose whether or not you are on a PC or whether you are on an OS system. The other thing this necessitates is that you do have some organization over everything in your directory. And let's take that out of here for a minute because I don't think it belongs in there. Actually, no, maybe it does. So you do have all these subfolders where you've got scene 1, clip 1, scene 1, clip 2, scene 1, clip 3, scene 2, clip 1, etc. And all this stuff kind of continues. And I've rendered out all kinds of variants on this, including this little odd series of movies at the end. But you need to make sure that you have a consistency. You can't just have different sizes of the renders. You can't have them in oddly named folders. There has to be some homogeneity, some consistency, something for the script to latch onto. So I've got all these images. These are all pre-rendered Maya images that I did in Arnold, but they can be rendered in Maya software rendered. It doesn't really matter what it was rendered as. It's just that they do exist. And under movies here, we've got nothing. So the script is currently called FFmpeg 1.5. A lot of things that I wanted to add to it, just didn't have the time. But if you drag it into your Maya file, you get a very simplistic window here, and it asks you, first of all, it'll tell you the project that you're in. You need to make sure you're in the right project because there's all kinds of dependencies upon you having a proper project so that it can luckily ignore anything previous to this and work just with your projects on down. So it's relative, and it's going to find where to find your image files and where to save your movie files in a relative way. So make sure that you have your project set up here to the correct project. Secondly, you want to select your operating system. In this case, I'm on PC, but you can also select it for OS. Since I'm on a PC right now and I press Make Big Movie, it will not do it since it actually changes the FFmpeg app it's looking for depending on what you have selected. So if I grab PC and I say Make Big Movie, not only is it going to automatically make each individual movie, it's going to then sew them all sequentially together. And it has to create these kind of temp files at first, but once it sews them all together, it gets rid of the temp files. So in the very end, we have this final movie, which is the sum total sequential of all these miniature films, and you can see it in the viewer of your choice. I do have some variables inside of the script so that it can work with an MP4, and so when you see it, it's all kind of there. You get the lovely Arnold watermark there, and but it does bring all them together for the ultimate strange, creepy-faced goblin watching all of his toys on the table. So that was done really quickly, and it's just using freeware, and it allows you to have a very simple kind of video editor that you don't need to download QuickTime or deal with QuickTime at all. So I hope this helps. If there's any questions, let me know. And if there's people that think they can advance this to the next level, also let me know. All right, thanks.